One day around 2, 3, maybe 4 in the afternoon, we got called for a location where there's a lot of members of service, people that wear a uniform just like us, call 911 because one of their own collapsed in the locker room. When we get there, we find a member of service getting off of work in the locker room, laying down or unconscious on the floor, supine, diaphoretic. It's me, my partner, and a paramedic student. This paramedic student happened to be my partner in BLS. When we get there, the guy's diaphoretic. We get a BGL. He has a low BGL. Eventually, we get him out of the location and take him to the nearest hospital. On the way to the nearest hospital, he goes into cardiac arrest. One thing I want to tell you about this transport to this job was, one, it messed with me mentally because I lost my brother in Iraq. Look him up. Alex Ramon Jimenez, prisoner of war who was later killed in action. Iraq, Triangle of Death, Baghdad, 2007 into 2008. And to see all these members of service crying for their own remind me of when I cried for my brother. Look at him right here. Could barely see him, right? Because the shirt is so damn tight. I've been doing a lot of biceps and triceps. But I say that to say this. That ambulance was driven not by a firefighter, not by a police officer. Why? Because everybody was very intense on the scene. Everyone was really, really intense because of the person that we had as a patient was a member of service. Literally, the location of the incident all the way towards the hospital had no traffic because every single street was blocked off. Look at me. I'm full of freaking goosebumps remembering this call. And I didn't let anybody drive except our student, our paramedic student, because me and my partner were in the back with the patient. The paramedic student drove the ambulance to the hospital. That paramedic student was my partner. And I let him drive because I knew he could drive. He drove me as a paramedic. And I knew he could handle the pressure because he's handled the pressure with me. And the reason I bring this up is because when you do your clinical rotations, you have no idea what you're going to get into. What's going to happen. That's why I always say come prepared. My partner, John, had no idea that that day he was going to drive the ambulance with a member of service who was in cardiac arrest as a paramedic student. He's a paramedic now, but at that point in time, I'm sure he did not know this was going to happen. So on your clinical rotations, always come prepared and prepare for the unexpected. Hope for the best, but prepare for the worst. Especially when you do it in the Bronx, New York City. All right, guys? I hope this helps. Peace. Because if you hang out around a motherfucker who wants to eat ice cream all the time, then you're going to feel like eating ice cream is normal. If you hang out with a motherfucker who thinks making $20 an hour is a good salary, then you're going to also feel the same way. If you feel like cheating on your wife, cheating on your girlfriend is normal and bringing home an STD because it's a cool thing to do is a normal thing, that's usually because you hanging out with niggas who's acting like little bitches and can't control their dick because all they want to do is chase pleasure. And I say that to say this. Dime con quién andas y te diré quién eres. Tell me who you hang out with and I'll tell you who you are. You become who you hang out with. You become who you listen to and who you let influence you through this screen. So fuck with a motherfucker who's going to lead you down the right path and not the wrong path. Fuck the drinking. Fuck the womanizing, fuck the drugs, and fuck the pastries. Follow me. Peace.